Hi everyone. Today we're going to be talking about yet another trigonometry problem. Over here, we are given a square, and inside we are given 3 line segments, and we are told to find the value of x, which is the side of the square. Now, if you want, you can pause the video right here to try and solve this problem beforehand. After that, we are going to be talking about how the solution works and how to find it. So now let's talk about the solution. So over here, we are given our line segments. And if you look at these 3 line segments, this one, and this one. Let's first focus on just those 3. So over here, I have taken out the line segments, and if you notice, if we draw a line from right here, let's name this point A and this point B. If we draw a direct line from A to B, If we draw a direct line from A to B, this is basically the hypotenuse, or a simple line connecting from one side of the square to the other side. So this is practically the diagonal inside of a square. So if we can solve for AB, then it is easy for us to find the value of x. So how do we find How do we find AB? Now, if we move around our line segments over here, then we can find that over here, right up until here, we have our line segment, which is 12 units long. And over here, we have our one that is 9 units long and 3 units long. And if we try to connect a line from this point to this point, it is still the same triangle, just simplified. So can we solve for AB now? Well, now we've simplified it a lot, because now we can see that this must be, this must be 21 units, because 12 plus 9 gives us 21. And if we use the Pythagorean theorem states that x squared plus y squared gives us z squared. So over here, our x is 21, our y is 3, and our z is AB. So substituting, we get 21 squared plus 3 squared gives us AB squared. So to simplify things a bit, let's just say that AB is our z over here. So over here, 21 squared plus 3 squared gives us z squared. So what is 21 squared? 21 squared is 441, and 3 squared is 9. So our z squared gives us, 450 is z squared. Now, we found out what z squared is, but that's not what we need. We need what z is, what AB is, not AB squared. So we're gonna find our square root of 450. Now, you can go ahead and do that if you like, but in this video, we're going to keep it short and simple and just say the square root of 450. You'll see why we need this later, but over here, the square root of 450 is approximately 21.21. But right now, we're going to keep it as the square root of 450. So now that we found out what AB is, how do we find out what x is? Well, if we use the Pythagorean theorem one more time, x squared plus y squared gives us z squared. Then we can find, if we substitute our everything we have, we know that x squared plus y squared gives us 450, for the square root of 450 squared. So what is the square root of 450 squared? Well, over here, if you looked at our previous result, which gave us 21.21, if you squared 21.21, you get 450. So this is the reason why I didn't bother writing down 21.21, because if we square the square root of a number, we get our original number, which was inside the thing. So now we have x squared plus y squared gives us 450. But that isn't really useful, because if we have one variable, we need one equation. If we had two variables, then we'd be using two equations. I used this in one of my previous videos too. If you want, you can go and check that out. But if we had two variables, we need two equations. But over here, we only have one equation, but two variables. So how do we deal with this sort of equation? Now, what do we know about both of these variables? X squared and y squared. Let's get rid of the squared right now, and let's just say x and y. What do we know about x and y? Well, over here, we know that over here, this is our x, and this is our y. But over here, they both say x and x. Well, that's because x and y are the same thing. If that doesn't make sense, think about it this way. We have a square, and we want to find the value of x, and we have the value of AB. We know that x over here and x over here are the same thing because this is a square. So we can write x squared plus x squared gives us 450. So we can write this as 2x squared gives us 450. Now, if we take the 2 to the other side, x squared gives us 450 divided by 2, which gives us x squared is 225. Now, our last step is to find the square root of 225, which is 15. So after all of this equations, we can tell that the value of x is 15. So x is 15. I should probably write that down. The value of x is 15. So thanks for watching this video. If it helped, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.